people? Nature Girl 30 here. I got a bit of a second wind, so I have decided to do a mini Q&A for this Wednesday. Guys, thank you so much for sending me these questions, and let's get started. And honestly, guys, if I don't really get to your questions, or if I actually miss a set, more than likely those questions are going to be put on the next Q&A. So don't think I've forgotten you. But I do appreciate you guys sending me these questions. And let's get started with my first set coming from Cornello Raniello. What did you think of Maria versus Umaga in the 2006 episode of Raw? Um, a lot of people keep giving the WWE grief about having the women in there, especially versus the men. But I will say that, yeah, it was a little bit over the top and kind of, I don't know. It was something I really didn't expect when I actually did see it for the first time. But on the real, we obviously know what they were getting into. The only thing that I found uncomfortable was the fact that she literally, like, you know how they have her bracing the slam. He just kept moving his hand. Like, I'm like, his hand was like right across her butt, like told to smile her back. His hand was pretty much like rested like in her butt crack, and he just kept doing that. And I'm like, oh, okay, that was the only uncomfortable part about it. I was like, you're filling her up when you're trying to body slam her. That's just wrong. But but despite all that, yeah, we yeah, it's something that I don't think the WWE should do, and I'm glad they don't do anymore. And having these women just thrown against the odds, and having them be put in with these giant men. But then you gotta also think: do these women really know what they're expecting getting in the ring? A part of me says yes. Do I consider it to be offensive? Not, I mean, I'm kind of on the fence with that because they're professionals. They pretty much know what's going to happen. What happens when they get out there is a whole nother story. Just like the whole Austin Aries and Christy Hemme thing. That was crude and very obscene. And what Umaga did with his hand was just a bit much for me. And how she slammed, I think it was a bit much. Either or, I'm glad they don't do it anymore. But I'm not gonna say it's offensive. I'm just gonna say I'm glad they don't do it anymore because these women can be broken in half by some of these guys that actually do that. So I'm glad that doesn't happen. Plus, I think this was during a time when John Cena wasn't as hated as he is now, and when he actually came in and saved Maria and the kiss afterwards. I'm sorry, it was awesome. Like, seriously, that kiss was quite passionate. That's all I have to say about that. He must have had something going on with her, but either or, it's something that I don't think was necessary. But I went on too long about that. Let's move on to your next set of questions that you have for me. All right, as soon as I can get this thing up. Okay, your next set of questions for me is: why do white people's hair grow way faster than black people? No, they don't have better hair. The thing is that everybody's hair grows the same. You grow an inch and a half a month, which means you'll have 6 months towards the end of the year. That's how long your hair will get, about 6 months a year. So regardless, we all have the same hair length. Maybe if you have a little bit longer than others, but maybe about this much, but not like a whole full inch. No. But regardless, it's hidden very well depending on your hair type. If your hair is tight and curly like mine, or if your hair is straight, either or, it's gonna grow the same amount. Nothing wrong, nothing about race. Would you date an Asian man? If he was nice and we actually had something in common, sure. Would you date an Indian man even though their kind stinks? Really? Like I said, great personality, we mesh. He asked me out, sure, why not? Would you date a fin topping beaner? Like Alberto Del Rio, cream or super crazy. Sorry, not cream crazy, but super crazy. And no, I will not date super crazy or Alberto Del Rio. Not because they're a fin topping beaner. Really, really. Next set, Rory Poon. What is the difference between dreads and twists? They all look the same to me. Okay, I can answer this. Twists are hair. It's a hairstyle that pretty much grows out on its own. Once you have your hair locked in with either beeswax or some kind of a locking gel, it stays that way until you get it redone. but either or that it is permanent. Well, not really permanent, but you just can't really do anything with it. It's not as versatile as twists are. My hair is twisted. As you can see, I can undo it if I wanted to and wash it. And if I want to retwist it back, I can. You can't do this with dreads. That's what makes a twist a twist. This is called a two-stranded twist. And that's just how it looks after it's done. And my hair type can actually make it stick really well, so I don't really need to add anything with it. Why don't you braid your hair? Because number one, I have to wear hats for a living. So having them really small can cost up to $150 to $300 depending on the type of hair and the length. And I don't have 8 hours to sit in a chair. And if they braid it too tight, you get tired of feeling like you're gonna throw up, and you usually do. So no, no, I can do that on my own. Having natural hair. Do you like tequila? Yeah, I like Jose Cuervo. I don't really drink it that often, but it's a pretty good tequila. There's probably better tequilas than that, but you know, either or. I haven't had any tequila in a very long time. Um, do black people's hair grow slow? Because your hair and the Lexman's hair should have been touching your knees by now. Like I said before, it has nothing to do with race. Number one, my hair personally, I have sebaceous dermatitis. It's an autoimmune disease that causes your causes, I guess, the your scalp to scab up. And when it scabs up over the hair follicle, chokes it out, and your hair falls out. More than likely, it's a reaction that can be caused. I mean, it's an autoimmune disease that can be caused either by stress or caused by a chemical reaction. Hence why I can't use texturizers or perms anymore. Perms or relaxers. I can't use any chemicals on my hair anymore because it activates this autoimmune disease. It kind of kicks it in. So when that happens, that's why I have bald spots everywhere. So that's why I had to go completely natural. But that's also why it is really hard to keep a decent length. If I wanted to have my hair like uber long, it would be really hard for me to do because it's autoimmune disease. As for the Lexman, I have no idea when he got started. So it all depends on when he got started. But he actually had long hair at one time. Maybe he got it cut. Why do all Mexicans look alike? Dude, I don't know. I'm not Mexican. Moving on to my final set of questions. Oh boy. Obama. Okay, this is from Lonnie Lowell, and I'm not answering any more racist questions. I'm done, folks. Done with racist questions. But there is one question that you have on here that I can ask. I mean, that I can actually answer. Do you think Mr. Griffith look older than 39? Doesn't he look like he's in his late 40s to early 50s? Yeah, I mean, he does look a bit older because he has a bit of the silver in his beard as well as in his hair. Some people have natural silver streaks in their hair, but honestly, I think the streaks make him look a bit older, but you know, he's a fairly nice guy. I really don't focus on that. He's a very nice guy with a very decent build. I mean, he looks like he works out a lot. But besides all that, yeah, he does look a little bit older, but I think it's because of the silver in his hair. Um, Okay, I guess this is another question I could possibly ask. Why does that middle-aged black man, Mr. Griffith, have that? It's offensive, so I'm not answering that. Never mind. But guys, for the last, this is gonna be my final time that I'm going to answer any racist questions. If there's any more racist questions that come to me, I'm gonna skip it. Seriously, I'm gonna skip it and go on to something else. I'm gonna because usually when I do these Q&As, I don't really look beforehand. I actually look while I'm doing it. So some of these questions are very much a surprise to me. But from now on, I'm going to have to screen these questions before I even put them up on these Q&As because this is the last time I'm going to answer any more racist questions or any offensive questions either towards the audience or towards other YouTubers that I admire a lot or respect a lot. So I'm not doing it anymore. But as of now, since I did answer your questions, of course, they're going to be put up at the end credits. And I do appreciate your questions being sent to me. It's just from now on, no more racist questions. It's going to be screened from now on. And 5-question limit, please. 5 questions limit. But thanks, guys, so much. If you have any other questions to send me that are not racist or offensive towards either the watchers of this site or any other YouTubers, send it to my YouTube inbox or my Twitter at RKH30 at hashtag Nature Girl Q&A. It's Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace out.